I'm Ramzi, the loud one.
I'm Jesse, the short one.
Put us both into one, we are.
Lots of noise, always too fast, lots of laughs. Here's our podcast, the loud and short of it.
Hi, and welcome to Loud and Short of It. I'm Ramzi, the loud one.
And I'm Jesse, the short one. And this week we've got another monthly movie review. This is the first time that we have split them into two different episodes so that you don't have to watch more than you want to. Unless you're listening on Spotify or any other place you would listen to podcasts. In which case,
you're getting that 2-in-1.
Yeah, exactly.
Curated by me.
You might even hear this twice.
Yeah.
Twice. Okay, let's get into it. We are doing The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It.
Oh, Lord.
Ooh, this would be kind of the third Conjuring, but also kind of the ninth Conjuring.
Yeah. This movie, it feels like the devil made us watch this movie.
And the critics would agree with you.
Yeah, you want to get into the numbers?
Yeah.
All right, critics, 59%.
Ooh, stinky.
Honestly, generous. Generous. Audience, 84%. I don't know who goes and votes anymore on this shit.
People like horror movies.
Yeah, I guess, bro.
The
But
audience scores always high on horror movies and low. The critic scores always
there
low.
are better ones.
Yeah.
All right, Jesse, what are you giving this movie?
I'm giving this movie 32.
Why? What's that extra 2% for?
That extra 2%. Well, I was gonna give this movie a 26.8.
Okay.
But then I gave it a little extra 0.2 and some odd numbers because I kind of like the first two Conjurings a little bit, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So then this one.
So you give this one pity points?
This one I liked the two main characters, but that was because they've been built up over other movies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're.
yeah, that's where it came from.
You're gonna hear more about that in a minute. I gave this movie a 40%.
Damn, we close.
Yeah, bro, yikes. 40 feels generous, but I love this shit so much that I'm hoping that this one just makes enough money to where it could be a point where like, hey, we're gonna make the actual Conjuring 3, and this is gonna be a good one.
I mean, this one didn't have a number, so it's kind of like it's still one of the offshoots. Okay,
I got something for that.
Okay.
Worldwide gross was $57.9 million, which is...
It's also on HBO.
Yeah,
and COVID.
it's on HBO Max.
Everything's fucked for a while.
Yeah, opening weekend, $24 million. It beat Cruella.
Wow.
People are not taking their kids to see Cruella. It's weird.
Do you think that's because this is less about the movie? But my thought is the average person that wants to watch a horror movie more likely to go to a theater. The average person that wants to watch Cruella, that's a family, easier to just watch it at home on Disney Plus.
That's facts, but it costs $30 on Disney Plus, and
it costs $30 to take a family to the movie theater. It costs well over $30 to take your whole family to the movie theater.
But this one's available for free on HBO Max.
But it's also you could go alone. Nobody's going alone to see Cruella, or if you are, yikes.
Well. All right, yeah, anyway. The budget was $39 million.
Budget went up because they showed the scary stuff a lot more in this one.
I feel like they didn't. I feel like a lot of it was... I feel like there was way less practical effects in this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it just made it... Ugh. Yeah, I feel like this one just lacks spirit. There was it had none of the juice the first two had. But going into the fun facts, here's why. This was the first Conjuring film in the main continuity to not be directed by James Wan. It shows.
The term main continuity.
Yeah. They're
showing your film nerd right now.
They're like 9 of these fucking movies. The working title of this movie was going to be plainly Conjuring 3. Mm-hmm. And then, however, later it was changed to Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, as a direct reference to the real-life murder case where they were like, the devil's real. This is our defense.
That's got to inspire confidence for that director when midway through filming. They're like, actually, we're not giving this one a number.
Yeah, I got this shit in parentheses. Probably changed because it's bad.
Yeah.
And then the last one, the co-writers of The Conjuring 1 and 2 did not return for this movie.
So they lost their main director and 2 writers?
Yeah, but the main director decided to write this movie with someone who is named David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick.
That's scarier than the movie.
Cut it the fuck down. I have 4 names. I'm Arab, dude. This is unacceptable.
Well, okay, but actually, that name makes a lot more sense now. This dude's been saying a 30-second long name his whole life. Saying The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It as a movie title.
That's facts.
He's like, that's a short movie title.
Damn, I need you in the room with me when I make my movie. The title's going to be like a paragraph long. Jesse's like, this won't do.
No, I can't do it. Cut it down.
This won't do. But, yeah, I feel like going off those fun facts, which is setting the stage for our takes, my first one, just put it plain, this movie was boring as shit. And it barely fucking made sense.
This movie, to me, before we dive any deeper, it felt like 20 scary scenes placed together.
Yeah.
And the scary scenes are nothing but like the most boring trope of a scary movie where they're like, scary setting, music goes away, gets real quiet. Ah!
That scared
got me. Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't work. This movie got me once or twice, but
it's just like noise though. Like the whole thing is like, bro, like I could not tell you why. So the whole thing about this is that there's a witch who is putting curses on people.
Yeah, they break away from the no one needs to be exorcised.
Yeah, this isn't like a haunted house movie. It is just like it is revealed that there's like an occultist and this woman is just like putting hexes on random people and cursing people. I don't fucking know why. It doesn't make any sense.
Because her dad was a priest and liked to study that kind of stuff. So she was like, I'll do that, but evil.
Yeah, he like held her. He was like, priests aren't supposed to have kids, I guess, or whatever. I don't care. Fuck your whatever shit. But I guess she just stayed in the house and like studied fucking occultist shit in the basement.
Yeah.
It was just ridiculous. None of the motivations make any sense. But this is kind of like the bigger problem for me with this is that it's not just that this shit didn't make sense. It's not just that fucking like everything felt like it was happening at random and
the pacing was fucking nuts.
Yeah. The biggest thing to me is like this lady, it is just a lady in like a fucking weird pilgrim dress. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's the scariest it gets, bro. And then like there's no practical effects. And the biggest thing about Conjuring 1 and 2, they're known for their creature design.
Yeah.
Conjuring 1, that demon lady's scary as shit, and there's a ton of ghosts in it. Conjuring 2, all three of the demons in that movie are scary as shit, and they look really fucking cool. Then this movie is like, there's one ghost, and then like, she makes people look scary sometimes.
Yeah.
She would, so like, I guess to like,
and
have people
they really
see illusions.
push the bending thing.
Yeah.
When every movie's done it forever where people are getting exorcised or taken over by a demon and their limbs all snap and whatnot.
Yeah.
And, like, this one does it once and you're like, man, that was a good one. They made that kid's head come out of around his armpit. How gross. And then there's a scene towards the very end where a guy, it happens to the guy, and it's, like, fucking 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh yeah, that's sick. You guys can make him look bendy.
Yeah. It feels like this movie tried to take cues from The Exorcist, but in all the wrong ways. And it was just weird as shit because the dude's like spider walking or whatever. But it's like nothing feels fresh in the movie. I feel like in the first 10 minutes.
And I'm not a big Conjuring fan, so I'm not even on your like the first two are fucking perfect. This one ruined it.
Yeah.
But like even the fact that I'm not a huge fan of the first two, this one is fucking worse.
Yeah.
Like and I think part of that is that the first two are like you said, it's not just the lady. When there was like silly things that I like to point out, I think you can go back to an episode and watch me try to tear apart Conjuring 1 and Ramzi's just defending everything I say. That one at least you can be like, well, it was a demon. Well, it was this. This one is like it's somewhat more grounded in a way that then they don't keep it like this is a lady, and when she tries to fight Lorraine, it's like, oh well, it's just two girls, like there's gonna be crazy weird running scenes, and then when she fights her dad, she darts across a room in 4 seconds and slits his throat in one movement like a superhero. And you're like, okay, why not just do that over and over again?
You just never know like what this lady's capabilities are, and it's just I don't know.
And on that note, she curses 3 people. First curse goes off without a hitch. Second curse is working, and they're having to do everything they can to stop him from killing himself. Fucking everything. At one point, he destroys 8,000 windows in an insane asylum just with that power alone. And then she curses Ed, and Ed has like one weird scene where he has to fight a fat guy. Yeah. And then he's just like, well, now I'm good. Like, she obviously has no power over me, and you're like, but you didn't explain anything.
Yeah, and that was the weird thing, too, is, like, with that, it's like, the characters in this movie are terrible, except for Ed and Lorraine. Like, the thing that makes Conjuring good is because the entire concept is based around families. Conjuring 1, the Perrin family. Conjuring 2, those British fucks. It's like the whole point of it is like this family coming together and Ed and Lorraine being like both people who have family values. We're just like, okay, well, we're gonna help you because we identify with you, and like, it seemed like they were just trying to help. And this one, it's like a weird. It feels like it feels like Law and Order Supernatural Victims Unit. It's like weird as shit.
It feels like it would have been better as a TV show.
Yeah, honestly.
It's like, oh, okay, they're just going to go to the town 150 miles away and solve a quick murder.
This shit could have been an episode of Supernatural. You take out Ed and Lorraine's replacement with Sam and Dean, this shit would have been way better. Oh my god, dude. But like none of it worked. And like
even Ed and Lorraine are hard to relate to because they're fucking terrible at their job.
Yeah.
At this point, when did the first Conjuring take place?
Like 73 or something.
So they've been at this for at least 10 years.
At this point, this is 1981. Ed and Lorraine Warren are the most famous paranormal investigators.
Okay, well, you'd think at that point they'd have fucking learned some shit because they didn't. They just like held this kid down and then let a priest get smacked in the head. Like, if you're gonna perform an exorcism, why are you doing it next to a giant glass cabinet? Seems like a fucking stupid move.
No clue.
After 10 years, you didn't learn demons can break glass?
Also, Ed, stop relying on priests. Just become a priest or something. I don't know. Like, it seems absurd. Because in the first movie...
Because then him and Lorraine wouldn't be able to be together.
Bro, it doesn't matter. In the first movie, he fucking exorcises that lady.
Yeah.
It's just... The rules don't make sense. They're changing the goalposts on us. I'd appreciate
this movie's bad because Ramzi's saying it's bad.
Yeah.
Ramzi's not just taking it's the Conjuring. It's fucking perfect.
No,
stance.
it's ass. The first two have their problems, sure, but it's just like regular corny horror movie shit. This one is just like poorly just from solely looking past genre and the excuses we make for every genre we like.
Yeah.
This movie just sucks ass. It's boring and it looks dumb. Nothing's cool about it.
One thing that I can say that's perfect about this movie.
What?
Would make a great video game.
Yeah, that's true.
They bring the Left 4 Dead fatty zombie in.
Yeah.
For no reason. They're in a morgue.
Yeah.
And somehow one of the morgue people gets brought to life and it's a giant fat guy.
Corpses.
Giant fat corpse. And it just goes for Ed.
Yeah.
And Ed defeats him that time. And then later they're at Ed's house. And who's at the house? The fat guy.
Yeah, the bloater from Left 4 Dead.
But not for any like... That's not a character. That's not a person that died. Just a giant, fat, bloated guy.
Random corpse, bro. I was literally saying in the second one, I was like, what is happening? I was like, this is like a Resident Evil boss fight. I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know, bro. I just... Fucking... I feel like the end of this movie has a lot of problems. A, because this lady's just walking through the tombs or whatever.
Oh,
and then
best line of the movie was when they finally figure out where the altar is.
Yeah.
It's like, there's tunnels that run under these houses. And Lorraine goes down into the tunnels and walks 12 feet, and she's like, the altar!
Yeah,
and it's just a basement. It's not a tunnel at all.
Yeah. He's like, there's all these tunnels. She used to explore them as a child. And Lorraine walks out literally, 12 feet. Boom. Fucking giant stone altar. And then Lorraine... Bless her heart, because I do the same thing. Just tries to push it over by herself and just keeps trying for like 5 minutes. It's like, dude, you can't gas yourself on this.
Yeah. And then the witch seeing her do that and is like, oh, if that table gets broken, I will lose and go to hell.
Yeah.
Is like, I'll chase her.
Yeah.
I'll give her a little run for her money.
Saunters on up to her and is just like, you better run, Lorraine. God damn. It's just, I don't know, bro. I feel like there's a million different ways this movie could have gone, and it went the one way that made it a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I feel like these movies are hard to fuck up at this point. Like, get a few idea guys in a fucking room, make a cool-ass demon ghost or whatever, get some good scenes together, and then have a writer tie it all together. But
if
instead,
they had just fucking not tried something new and produced the same thing they had before, I don't think anybody would have been mad about it. It's like, it would have been like, oh, uninspired, but...
Yeah, James Wan was like, we can't have another haunted house movie. And I was like, bitch, you want to fucking go to court? Yeah, I feel this movie banked... Because the most obvious thing that made the Conjuring movies successful was Ed and Lorraine. Yeah. That through line, every critic has said 1,000 times, Ed and Lorraine Warren are the best things about this movie. And this movie leaned on that completely and didn't earn it at all.
Yeah, and then they had the whole, like, love overpowers everything at the end. It felt real, fuck it. Like, at the end of it, first of all, it got a little, like, superhero-y. where they were like, I was like, okay, there's the evil witch lady, and then these two just randomly dodging giant fat guys and having the power to be on a cane and then running full speed.
Yeah.
And then after all of that, they're like, but the power of our love is our strength. And I was like, oh,
God.
okay.
Yeah.
No, I was watching Kingdom Hearts today.
Wait. Yeah, no, even at the end, like, Ed has, like, the hammer up about to, like, hit Lorraine or whatever, and then she was just like, remember our love, Ed, and then Ed brings down the hammer anyway, and Lorraine ducks, and he breaks the table, and I was like, bro, he was gonna watermelon you. God damn. Conjuring, the devil made me do it. Would I recommend it? No, but if you have an HBO subscription and you kind of hate yourself, we got something for you.
Only watch this if you've seen the other 8, and you're like, well, I can't miss one.
Yeah, it's true.
That's the only
it's like
reason
this is like the
this.
Kingdom Hearts rhythm game of the Conjuring universe.
If you've only seen Conjuring 1 and Conjuring 2, just wait it out.
Nah,
just wait.
Conjuring
that
3
shit out.
will come out. I fucking guarantee it.
Okay, well, thank you for tuning in. I think that's everything I got for this.
Yeah, same. And go watch our other Cruella review.
Yes, absolutely.